What up, fam? I am Dr. DeLuna, and you are listening to Drop It Like It's Doc podcast. Today, we're going to cover different lifestyle things that are directly going to influence your hormones and help you have happy menstrual cycles. So my friends, I think that there's this pull to want to take different things or to take different supplements, medications to manage your hormones, but truly lifestyle matters. Lifestyle is one of the biggest triggers to health, ultimately. So my first question to you, my sweet baby angels, is your morning routine in alignment with hormonal health? Because if not, you're gonna start your whole day based on adrenaline and cortisol rather than things like thyroid hormone, estrogen, progesterone. So let's get a little nerdy, shall we? Your menstrual cycle varies, and it varies because the hormones from your brain are telling your ovaries to create different hormones that will then create a cyclical pattern. And if your brain is not talking directly to your ovaries, because, maybe adrenaline is inhibiting that communication, things are gonna show up. And instead of you reaching for an herb to change that, I want you to think about what you can do lifestyle-wise. So, first thing in the morning, what do? Do you check your phone? Do you reach for a cup of coffee? Fam, I think we know this, right? I love coffee. I love it so much. But if you start your day by looking at your phone, first of all, does that put you in a peaceful place? Does that make you excited for the day? Probably not. It probably gives you, whether you're aware of it or not, some level of stress. That stress is then impacting your hormones for the rest of the day. Cortisol is the main stress hormone that is made by our adrenal glands, and cortisol kind of fuck shit up just across the board. It will tell your body that you're in a stress state. And when you are stressed, your body will always prioritize survival over things like fertility. And fertility, for me, is a sign of optimal health. It's a sign that your body is fertile and able to give life to another organism, a new being. And if your body is malnourished, if your body is under stress, that process is not going to happen. So when you wake up in the morning, if you're looking at your phone, cortisol is going to spike. Also, speaking of that, this blue light going into your eyes is going to influence your circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm is, governing how your body, the timeline that your body is on. So when you wake up in the morning, one of the best things that you can do, keep your phone on airplane mode. I sleep with my phone on airplane mode. I would definitely recommend that you sleep with your phone on airplane mode so you're not getting, your brain radiated, but also so you're not staring at your phone up until you nod off and then just have an extra gorgeous little head. So your phone's on airplane mode, keep it that way. Do you have a dog? I hope you have a dog. I have two. And you know what they need to do in the morning? They have to go outside, pee pee poo poo. So it's kind of ideal to have a pet because in the morning then, you have to go outside. So what is going to enter your gorgeous eyes is going to be sunlight rather than blue light. That sunlight going into your eyes is going to then set a healthy circadian rhythm so that your body knows, hey, it's time to get up. It's time to get shit done versus you staring at this blue light, scrolling, confusing your brain with adverse dopamine signals, and then not even having motivation to get out of bed and show up to your life. So another reason to get a dog, right? You're gonna have to go outside, you're gonna be happy, you're gonna get that sunlight into your eyes, and the whole day is going to be better. Energetically, you are going to be set up for success. After you're outside, or even while you're outside, what can you be doing? You can be hydrating your gorgeous body. Because while you're sleeping, you're not drinking water, right? I hope that you're not waking up all the time chugging water. If you are, you need to probably listen to my blood sugar episode because that's why you're waking up throughout the night, or a hormone imbalance or an infection. Could be a lot of stuff, right? But in the morning, you are dehydrated. Water is going to bathe your brain. It's going to hydrate your cells. It's going to start the detoxification process. So in the morning, I would highly recommend starting your day with water. Absolutely not coffee. I would recommend drinking room temperature or warm water. You could even do this in the sun. Not only is that going to hydrate you and take some of the stress off of your body to adapt, but it's also going to start to move your gut because I kid you not, babes, one of the most important things that you can do for your hormones is poop. Why? Because your liver is making bile. Bile then sits in your precious little gallbladder. By the way, if you were told that you didn't need your gallbladder and had it removed, know that you're gonna be fine. If you had it removed, I don't wanna freak you out, but You do need it. It's important. All of your body parts are kind of important. So the gallbladder is holding bile that then gets released into your gut, and it's emulsifying not only fat, but it's helping your body clear out excess hormones, excess toxins, all these things that your liver can get confused with, and that can send kind of miscommunication to all of your cells and your endocrine organs. That is going to help that all drain, clear out, detoxify, so that communication is clear between your brain and your ovaries, but also that you're not having a buildup of toxins in your body, because so many of these toxins in our body, they are hormonal in nature, meaning that they might look like estrogen. And they can truly confuse these pathways, because your body is brilliant and it does things in very unique rhythms. But if that rhythm is thrown off because you're taking a hormone exogenously, or, if you're eating something that looks like estrogen, X, Y, or Z, that can absolutely influence things. So not only is this water going to stimulate something called the gastrocolic reflex, it's also going to help move things along in your body. So it's really important, my sweet babies, that you're staying hydrated, especially before you drink coffee. I don't know if anyone ever told you this, but coffee is a diuretic, and it's actually very dehydrating for your body. So if you start your day just with coffee, first of all, that is a jolt to your adrenal glands. We don't want to start the day with a jolt to the adrenal glands. We want it to start nice and smooth and easy. And if your adrenals are getting jolted, that is going to be a very clear sign to your body, hey, we got to survive, rather than we need to thrive. We are fertile, we are happy, we are grounded. So coffee on an empty stomach, not a good idea. Coffee before breakfast, not a good idea. You want to start your day with nourishment. You want to start your day with having food in your tum-tums. I would say hydration first, honestly, just to get things going, to get things moving. But even in your diet, going back to that, because not only do you need water to help you poop, truly, if you're pooping out like little rabbit poops, you're just so dehydrated. But also, I can't even tell you how many humans I work with are not eating enough fiber. So fiber and hormones go hand in hand, and it's all going back to this liver mechanism of this then helping your liver drain more effectively, get all those toxins out of your liver, out of your gallbladder, so that you can poop them out. Of course, you're also peeing out some toxins, which is why the water is important, but fiber, water, a girl's best friend, baby, a girl's best friend. Not coffee. Might be an illusion that coffee's your best friend, but it's just the dopamine and adrenaline that you're getting. And I love dopamine, okay? You can still drink your coffee. Enjoy it. So other things that you can think about when it comes to your liver, and even hydration, even the food that I was just speaking to. My sweet angels, are you not appalled by what's in the water? Are you not? Remember, I've told you this before. If you are not appalled by what's in the water, it simply tells me that you just have no idea what the fuck is in the water, because if you knew, you would be appalled. And if you're working on hormone health, and hormone health, some of you might be like, I've got perfect cycles, but you're also a babe that has horrible cramps, that bleeds out consistently, that has hormonal acne, that has PMS, breast tenderness. All of those are hormonal symptoms. So if any of those apply to you, they might, or even if you just want to be the healthiest version of yourself, you need to care about what's in that water. So I would highly recommend getting clean water. You can look up through the environmental working group to find out exactly what's in your water and the level of filtration that you will need. But I'm a big fan of spring water. I'm a big fan of reverse osmosis water that you can remineralize, or truly whatever is accessible to you. But in the water, there's drugs. Because think about it, people take birth control. A lot of people take birth control. Not only is there birth control in the water, antidepressants in the water, antibiotics in the water, anything that goes in by mouth is either coming out pee, coming out poop. I hope so. I hope that is coming out of your body. And when it does, it goes into the little toilet bowl, yes, and you flush it. That water is city water. That water, yes, will get filtered. It might get, different mechanisms to try to sanitize it, but oftentimes it's not going down to the micron level to pull those drugs out. So you could have hormone imbalances because your sweet body is getting confused by what is in the water. So really, I'm trying to convince you, just drink clean water. It's gonna change your life. We know I'm a big fan of clean food, right? And I wish that I didn't have to have this conversation, but liver health and hormone health really go hand in hand. Liver health, adrenal health, and hormone health go hand in hand. So if you are consistently consuming things that then your liver has to metabolize and clear out, hormone imbalance is almost inevitable, because your body will prioritize clearing out poison before it does in clearing out hormones and things like that, because your body is really smart. So I really do think that organic matters. I absolutely do. And even thinking about it, the reason why that food is not organic organic is because it was either genetically modified so that it can withstand a sickening amount of pesticides, or, it is then trying to be adapted to a different environment, which is not natural for that plant. And you get all those toxins. You take them in by mouth, they swim around your bloodstream, and then your liver has to filter them out. So clean water, clean food are essential for hormone health. Pooping, essential for hormone health. Not being stressed, essential for hormone health. If you are someone that lives in the sympathetic state, your hormones are going to then not be able to find a space of fertility for you, because if your body does not think that it is safe for you to reproduce, it's not going to have you do it. So things that can cause stress in your body that maybe you didn't think of before. Skipping meals, not great. Not great for your body. If I was to do one thing for hormone balancing for someone whose periods are absent or just really irregular, I would say eat breakfast, because that creates such a happy signal to your body. And not only eat breakfast, babes, eat protein. You need to have enough protein, because this is going to take me into something else that is incredibly important for hormone balance. If you're not eating protein with your meals, what happens is that you're largely eating carbs, right? Like, let's be real. You might have had a muffin for breakfast. You might have had a protein bar at 12 p.m. and told yourself that that was breakfast. During that whole time period before, or even while you ate that little muffin from Starbucks, what happens is that your blood sugar is now going to be very unstable, because overnight, you're not eating, right? Again, I hope that you are sleeping through the night. If not, you probably have a blood sugar imbalance. So you wake up in the morning, you are in a fasted state, essentially, yes. And then if the first thing that you eat is something carb heavy, or if you're not eating at all and you're just skipping meals, what will happen is that with that first meal, your blood sugar is going to spike. And just as quickly as it rises, it is going to drop. That drop feeling feels terrible. You might feel shaky, irritable, lightheaded, exhausted, just not really in your body. So now your body is going to have to make adrenaline to get you back to baseline. And really, that could all be solved just by eating a really nutrient dense, protein heavy, fat heavy breakfast. And so many individuals that I'm working on say, doctor, I can't do that. I cannot eat more because I'm trying to lose weight. And I want to remind you that a sign of healthy hormones is a happy weight. So if your weight is going up and down and all around, or if you're holding weight predominantly in your lower belly, inner thighs, that's a sign to me that your body is running on cortisol. That's usually a sign to me that your body needs more food, more protein, and also that your body doesn't trust that it's going to be fed the next day. If your body does not trust that it's going to be fed the next day because you're doing Weight Watchers, or because you're severely limiting your food, or doing whatever fad diet an influencer told you on Instagram, then what's going to happen is that your body is going to take that fuel, and instead of using it, utilizing it, it is going to save it. It is going to store it as adipose tissue, because again, your body is smart. Your human brain is not always that smart. Okay. So I never want you to ignore a hunger cue at all. I want you to listen to your body. And if you're feeling anxious throughout the day, I want you to tap into, is this my blood sugar? Did I skip a meal? Did I only eat carbs? For me, I have a long history of blood sugar stuff. Honestly, I do. I was raised on fast food. I kid you not. And if I eat something like an acai bowl, even though that is, quote unquote, healthy, that is straight fruit. What else do they put in that acai base? They put sugar. What do they put on top of it? Fruit and honey. That is just a sugar bomb. For me, the first time I had an acai bowl, I almost fell asleep afterwards. And that was a sign to me that my blood sugar was quite off. So if you are someone that gets hangry, your blood sugar is low. If you're someone that almost nods off after you eat, that's a sign that your blood sugar is high. And you absolutely need to work on that to get your hormones in a healthy balance, because what is managing that is your adrenals. Do you see these themes here? Really, it comes down to adrenal health, liver health, and your lifestyle can absolutely play into these things. Something that I didn't speak to as well is that there's different chemicals in our environment that actually do look like hormones, and they can absolutely cause hormonal disruptions, and they're truly called endocrine disrupting chemicals. These are things like fragrance. These are things like different plasticizers. These are things like industrial chemicals, things that are in packaged foods. They are abundant in our environment, and it can become overwhelming to think about all of them and how they're influencing your health. So I invite you to just make some changes that are doable. For instance, I invite you to stop drinking out of plastic cups, because what are those plastic cups lined in? Oh, just kidding. They're paper cups. But what are they lined in? Plastic. And then you put a hot liquid in there. That plastic is going to enter that liquid. You're going to drink it. Plastic, BPA, one of the strongest endocrine disrupting chemicals out there. So this might be as simple as you, instead of having your Tupperware at home that's plastic, getting all glass, being a glass jar queen like me, bringing that glass jar to coffee shops and having them fill it up in that instead of using their plastic cup. And I keep saying plastic, but I think it's because in my head, I am so aware that that paper cup is lined in plastic, but I don't think that's common knowledge. And people think that they are avoiding plastic by using those. And unfortunately, you're not. This could be a little bit challenging when you're eating out because a lot of those to-go containers are going to be plastic, but you can be really weird like me and bring your own glass container and see if they'll put it in there instead. You know, do the best that you can. And also, it is alarming how many chemicals women are putting on their body on a daily basis and how all of those chemicals are messing up hormones. So if you clean up your beauty products, your cleaning products, and not only cleaning products, but things like candles, air fresheners, I want to remind you that if you are putting something in your body, in your home, in your environment, that is a part of you. It will then be integrated into your body. So I don't want you to have anything in your environment that you wouldn't eat, that you couldn't eat. I can eat everything that I put on my body. The makeup, the moisturizer, the soap. I could eat it all. Do I eat it? No, that's weird. But would I eat an air freshener? Never. I hope that you wouldn't eat an air freshener. Would you eat Clorox bleach? Please no. Remember when that was on the news? We don't do that. We do not do that, okay? Like, please never do that. What a weird world we live in, huh? So if you clean up your beauty supplies, your cleaning supplies, if you just throw out all of your scented stuff, anything that says fragrance in it will disrupt your hormones. It unfortunately will. So you just get to switch out all of those products. This can even come down to, your shampoo, your conditioner, what you wash your hands with, everything, toothpaste. I kid you not. All of those can be impacting your health. And I think that it can become overwhelming when you first start this journey to realize how everything can impact your hormones, but also it is these simple things that have the strongest influence. It's not going to be herbs that you ingest that are going to completely change your hormone health. Of course they can, but that is not going to replace a healthy lifestyle. Balanced blood sugar, a liver that is not screaming at you, hormone disrupting chemicals that are truly changing the communication between all of your endocrine organs, because your endocrine organs, they secrete hormones into the blood. That blood circulates everywhere and tells your cell how to respond to that hormone. So if in your blood, there's a bunch of plastic, BPA, xenoestrogens, which is just a word to say environmental estrogens, then those cells are going to be confused. Do you see what I'm saying here? So I hope that you learned something today that you can do, something that is actionable, that is going to help you balance your hormones. You're gonna drink clean water. You're gonna try to prioritize healthy sources of protein. You're gonna try to balance your blood sugar and try your damn best to purchase organic, local whenever possible. I know that one is hard. You're gonna try to avoid plastic in its entirety, become a glass jar queen like me, and you are going to notice all the ways that you are inviting stress into your life. Please don't scroll on your phone first thing in the morning. Please give yourself permission to rest. As far as stress goes too, I wanna mention this because someone listening to this needs to hear it. It is very stressful when you force yourself to work out excessively when you know that you need to be resting. That is almost always going to throw your hormones off. So if that is you, please take an extended savasana today, baby. I love being here. I love helping you learn about your body, and I hope that you feel empowered that your lifestyle, that's the Jewish way to say lifestyle, that your lifestyle, that it matters, okay? I love you. Thank you for being here. Please like this channel. Please subscribe to this channel. Please share this with someone that you know could benefit from this information, because truly, these things have changed my life, and I hope that they change yours. I love you. Toodaloo.